What's up, guys? Now, today, I want to talk about something that I don't think people say out loud enough. And it's this weird feeling of being scared to let others down. Not in some huge dramatic way, but in a small, real life way. Like when you get excited about something, you tell people, they get excited, and then it just doesn't work out. And now you don't even know how to bring it up again. You don't want to bring it up again. You don't want them to bring it up again. That feeling, I've been thinking about it a lot because sometimes what hurts isn't the situation itself. It's the idea that you disappointed people, or that you look foolish, or that you built something up and now you have to walk it back. That's uncomfortable. I think a lot of us care a lot more about other people's expectations than we admit, especially the people really close to us. Our parents, our friends, the people who support us. When they get excited for you, it feels really, really good. Feels validating. Feels like you're doing something right. So when something falls apart, it's not just, oh, that didn't work out. It feels like, did I mess up? Did I lead people on? Did I get ahead of myself? And then you start replaying everything. Should I have waited to say anything? Should I have been more sure? Did I misread things? And now there's this quiet embarrassment. Not because somebody said anything, but because you feel it. And here's what I've learned. Sometimes the fear of letting people down is actually just your ego talking. It's not that you failed. It's not that you don't like how it looks. You don't like that you were hopeful. You don't like that you were excited. You don't like that you believed in something that didn't last. But believing in something isn't a mistake. Getting excited is not a mistake. Trying is not a mistake. The only thing that would actually be disappointing is never putting yourself out there at all. And I think we tie our identity way too close to outcomes. If something works out, we feel smart. If it doesn't, we feel dumb. If it lasts, we feel validated. If it ends, we feel embarrassed. But life doesn't just work like that. Just because something didn't last didn't mean it was wrong. Just because something ended quickly doesn't mean it was stupid. And sometimes it just means it wasn't meant to be. There's also this huge pressure of being the person who has it all together, especially if people see you as disciplined, focused, stable. When something doesn't work out, you feel like you broke that image, like you were supposed to be smarter, more calculated, less emotional. But that's unrealistic. You're allowed to try things. You're allowed to think something will work and then change your mind. You're allowed to misjudge something. That's not weakness. That's just being human. I think another layer of this is projection. We assume people are judging us way more than they actually are. We assume they're thinking, oh wow, that didn't last. Oh wow, that was fast. And oh, I guess it wasn't that serious. But most people aren't analyzing you like that. They're just living their lives. And the people who actually care about you, they don't care if something ended. They care that you're okay. And even if somebody does think something, so what? Is your life supposed to be perfectly curated so that you never look foolish? That's exhausting. If you never take risks because you're afraid of how it will look if you fail, then you'll never grow. You'll never learn. You'll just stay safe. And safe can become small really, really fast. The part that really gets me, though, is when you feel like you let yourself down. When you thought something was different, when you felt sure, when you told yourself, this one feels right. And then it just didn't work. That's not just embarrassment, that's self-doubt. You start questioning your judgment, your intuition, your ability to read situations, and that can spiral very, very quickly if you let it. But here's the truth. You didn't fail because something didn't last. You gathered information, you learned, you saw something clearly. That is growth. Not every ending is a mistake. Sometimes it's clarity arriving early. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes it's just life unfolding differently than you imagined. And that doesn't make you disappointing. It makes you alive. I also think there's something super powerful with being okay with saying, yeah, I thought it was going to work, but it didn't. And that's okay. That kind of confidence is quiet. It's stable. It's not defensive. It's not embarrassed. It's just honest. And honesty removes all the shame. You don't owe anyone the perfect storyline. You don't owe anyone a consistent image. You don't owe anyone outcomes. You only owe yourself authenticity. Trying, learning, adjusting, failing, and moving forward. That's it. Now, if you're scared to let someone down, I just want you to ask yourself, did I act with good intentions? Did I try honestly? Did I learn something? And if the answer is yes, then believe me, there is nothing to be ashamed of. At the end of the day, life is very messy. Plans shift, feelings change, things end, and the people who truly care about you, they're not measuring you by what lasts. They're measuring you by your character, by how you handle things, by how you move forward, and that is something that you can control. So if something didn't work out, you feel embarrassed, you feel like you built it up too much, and you feel like you let people down, take a breath. You didn't fail. You lived. You tried. You were hopeful. And that's not something to ever regret. That's something to respect. So that's all I wanted to say. And if this resonated, just know you're not alone in that feeling. And it's okay. You're not disappointing. You're growing. So I will see you guys in the next one.